Breaking news! An S2G club, the football player, has just announced their retirement. This news has shocked the dressing room because until about a few weeks ago, this player was giving everything on the pitch. But a shocking injury, a broken tibia, left him out for 4 months. But unfortunately, Andoni Garcia, recovery has not been so smooth. Just about 20 days into the injury, the pain just seems to be getting a lot worse. In fact, the doctors have just told him if he continues to play football, even after recovering from this injury, there's a risk he could relapse and then he might not be able to walk ever again. I mean, that's a big trade-off, and that's why I'm not surprised that Andoni Garcia has just announced his retirement. And that's football, man. Not every player gets their happy ending. Sometimes careers are cut short, mostly due to injury, and that's exactly what's happened here. I do want to thank Andoni Garcia for his services. He wasn't the most talented midfielder, but he gave everything whenever he was on the pitch. Maybe we'll find him a new role at the club because I still think he can contribute. But for now, he has retired from the squad. And it kind of leaves us in a peculiar position. Young Esteban Benitez coming in, 20-year-old. We know our gaffer Pepe Gordon has had a bit of a fight with him, and that's because he wasn't following his orders. But of course, Esteban learned his mistake. He now plays for the team. No ego, but still, not having squad depth, that could prove to be really costly in the midfield. Especially considering we are in the race for promotion. In fact, forget promotion, we could genuinely win the league. In our first season as a new club, can you imagine if we win the league? And you know what? This 9.6 million that we've collected might be time to put it to good use. Maybe bringing in a midfielder to replace Andoni Garcia. That is probably the biggest plan I've got. On paper, it does seem like maybe a right winger could help. But come on, bro. Marco Morales, the next Messi. Did you guys see what he did on his debut? Roll the clip. This is probably going to be the last attack of the game. Esteban Benitez, good first touch. Sees Marco Morales through on goal. And he can't keep the composure. This kid literally was in a flight from Argentina last night. He's now arrived in Spain and has scored his debut goal. It's very obvious, guys, that we're building him up to be the next Messi, and for that, he's going to have to be on the pitch for as long as possible. I'm thinking in this January window, the play's got to be to just improve that midfield. Of course, a lot of you guys in the comments are saying, maybe a new right back, because Luis Araujo, he was a right winger before. The gaffer Pepe Gordon has somehow convinced him to go back in defense, but he's still learning the trade. To be honest, though, I don't want to bring in too many new players in the January window, because that could destabilize our squad, and that's something I don't want to do, especially when we're top of the league already. Hold up, guys. Esteban Benitez has seen this opportunity and he's asking for a new contract.
Somebody get these beggars out of here.
He's realized with Andoni Garcia's retirement, he's the #1 midfielder as of now. And we're in a spot where if we don't accept his contract demands, he could easily just walk out and find himself a new club. He's got the talent, we know that. Okay, he's currently making 2,500 euros per week. I think if we give him like 7,000, that should be good. Yeah, he's gonna accept it. So at least one problem has been solved. By the way, there were quite a few players unhappy with their current contracts. I guess they do know that we're top of the league. We've got the additional money, so they all want new deals. Definitely had to just shell out some cash for this. Okay, not too bad. After sorting out all the contract stuff, we're still left with about 9.1 million. And you know what? I've got the perfect job now for Andoni Garcia. We're gonna make him our sporting director. That means he's basically gonna be responsible for bringing us names that we should be signing into our club. And I think being an ex-player, someone who lives and breathes the S2G club, the football shirt, this is perfect. Let's send him on a trip to maybe find midfielders that we can sign to, of course, replace himself. I know it must be painful for him, but hey, at least we found him a job.
Man, he can do no wrong, bro.
No, he can do wrong. I seen him do wrong. I seen him do wrong in practice multiple times.
Man.
He can do wrong.
Now, while he's on the hunt, we're going to focus on the Segunda Division, where I want to just keep winning. First game without Andoni Garcia, Benitez will be playing, Morales in that right wing position, and Luis Araujo continuing to be used in that right back spot. He's trying to gain experience there, but so far he does look really average. By the way, Luis Araujo has been spending a lot of free time training with Marquez. That's been improving his defense, but he needs to show it on the pitch. Vibes do feel a bit different without Andoni Garcia, not because he was a phenomenal player for the team, but yeah, when you lose a player from the squad, that too from injuries, I feel it does affect everyone else. But hey, there's still a lot on the line here. We can't be making mistakes. Promotion is calling us. Oh, Benitez looking for Gabriel Silva in a bit of space. Goes for goal, saved by the keeper. But yeah, 30 minutes in, that was our best chance, and it was at best a half chance. Need to be creating more. Benitez, he's the one who's been playing fearless football. Vergara now looking for Marco Morales. really clever turn as he looks for Gabriel Silva. Heavy touch that. Should have been an assist for Marco. Oh, cleverly done as Benitez is through on goal. He's got to score, and he does. That might be the first time I've seen Gutierrez do anything other than shoot. I feel like this was a tactic from Gutierrez. Expect the unexpected. Did you see it was a nutmeg? That might be the best assist in the history of this club. I think it is. Okay, Luis Araujo is having a defend, but you can literally realize he's not a defender, makes a lot of mistakes, commits a foul. By the way, he might be the only right back in the world wearing number 9. Now we've given Zaragoza a very dangerous free kick. Well, that one reached the moon. Gutierrez is kind of working on his overall play here, and it might result in a goal. Vergara striking it. Come on, he was onside. Wait a minute, has Benitez picked up a knock? It looks like. I don't want to risk it, boys, especially considering we're really light on midfielders. Ramiro Jara is going to have to come on. We'll also bring on a left back for Pinto for stamina reasons. Probably Chirino as well for Luis Araujo because he's had a bit of a shocker. Yo, the left back we just brought on is driving the ball forward. A lovely pass for Ramiro Jara. The super subs combining. Cut back for Gutierrez. That was a gift to him. And let's go, boys. We pick up an important win again in the Segunda Division. We keep marching towards that title. Oh, but this is annoying. It's a torn calf muscle for Benitez. He'll be out for about 56 days. For now, we're gonna have to put Ramiro Jara into the midfield. But what a terrible situation to be in. Especially when Benitez was becoming such an important part of the team. Now we absolutely need to bring in a midfielder. Also, guys, we've just received a message from the club's psychologist. He's making me aware that Marco Morales, he's not having a great time. He's struggling to fit in with the rest of the team. He often just sits alone in his room and cries all day. The kid is apparently missing his family and friends. The only player he's able to vibe a little bit with is Alex Sanchez, the Argentinian goalkeeper. But yeah, I'm kind of feeling, because of this sudden big change to play for S2G Club the football, living in another country, it's all taking a toll on Marco. And I think he does need kind of a mentor figure at the club. I'm actually tempted. For our midfielder signing that we're trying to hunt, maybe the play might be to bring in an Argentinian. I am sure there's a lot of quality Argentine midfielders we can look out for, especially with the budget of around 9 million. And if it serves the dual purpose of keeping Morales grounded and happy, even better. Now, I have informed our sporting director about this, so now he's going to be on the hunt for Argentinian midfielders. So far, he was looking at Spanish players because that's what fit the Pepe Gordon system. But also, boys, our scout is back. And remember, we were running a scouting project in Spain to try and find talented midfielders, someone like the next Pedri, the next Iniesta or Xavi. But we're not getting so lucky this time. None of these players look all that exciting. We're going to have to be patient for this. By the way, Luis Araujo's defending stat, I think, has improved. It's up to 49. That's why now it's only showing a -10 on him. I think he's starting to understand the position a little bit better. And I think we got to give all the credit to Marquez for this, our captain. He has taken Luis Araujo under his wing, giving him private lessons on how to defend. But yeah, for this game against Real Oviedo, we're going to be missing Esteban Benitez. Jara's going to have to play in midfield. There's still enough firepower. And I'm kind of hoping after this game we can potentially make a move on a midfielder. Oh, but we have been opened up. Real Oviedo take the lead. Prado couldn't stop that. Real Oviedo are one of the contenders to win the title, so this was never going to be an easy game. By the way, I'm surprised that Morales is starting. Probably because we don't really have much of a choice. We have no other players in this right-wing position. All the faith is being put in Morales, and he's not having the best of games. But he's still trying here. It's not working out, man. I really feel like mentally he's not in the best headspace. Jara, he's been such an important player with all these injuries as he looks for Morales here. Again, this is not the same Morales that wowed everyone on his debut. Uh-oh, we might be conceding again, which actually happens. This is bad for our title ambitions. One thing Morales can do in his sleep, even when he's not in form, is of course spread the play to the other side, get things moving. But right now, Oviedo are just defending everything that comes at them. Gutierrez seeing Gabriel Silva, who's through on goal, goes for it and gets the ball in the back of the net. It's game on. That's his 11th goal, bro. I know we're talking a lot about Marco Morales, but Gabriel Silva, can we have a word about him? The Brazilian has been lighting it up. His pace is just electric. Now that the goal is gone, Marco Morales is seeing a lot of confidence as well. Lovely ball for Silva. What was that first touch? Uh-oh, I do not like this defending. Prado came forward, but we concede again. Looks like Real Oviedo are handing us an L in this one. Just one result where we flop a little bit, and we've dropped down to 4th in the Segunda Division. That's how rough the competition is. We're still only a couple of points off Mallorca and Eibar, but I think, yeah, we need to figure out the midfielder signing, bro, especially with Benitez Benitez's injury, Garcia's retirement. Now, our brand new sporting director, Anthony Garcia, has come back with 3 options, and all of them are really different. Starting with Leandro Paredes. A World Cup winner, by the way. We all know the passion he can bring to the pitch. Only problem is he's totally out of our budget. This is just impossible. Plus, I don't think this is going to solve the problem. Leandro isn't going to be spending time with Marco Morales. Totally different age gap. And besides, since we don't have the money, this is never going to work. But a couple of Argentinians here really look interesting. Baltasar Rodriguez, who plays for Racing in Argentina, can play in a variety of different positions. Got a bit of pace, dribbling as well, and passing seems decent. Easily we can afford him. Honestly, he looks like a really exciting player to get. Someone who can even bomb forward and get into the box as well. The other option I'm liking is Federico Redondo. His father was a big Real Madrid legend. He's Argentinian, and I think he could fit into our team real nicely, but I'm not liking that passing. Baltasar's passing is slightly better, and he's younger, so he can work on it. Do you know what? I can't really make a call here, so I'm leaving this one up to our gaffer Pepe Gordon. And he was clear, bro. He loves that tiki-taka style of play. Baltasar has the better passing, and he wants me to go for him. And for 5 million, we're bringing the 23-year-old to Spain. Now, Baltasar's got 2 roles at this club. One is to, of course, perform in that midfield, but the other we all know about, to try and get Marco Morales adjusted to the group. Now, I'm hoping the signing of Baltasar Rodriguez can give Morales a bit of calm, and he can start performing, because we all know the talent is there. Now, we still have like 3.9 million left, and I think I want to just hold on to this money in case any contract disputes occur, or of course we can just carry it forward to next season, which would be awesome. But now we've made it to February, the transfer window is done. This is kind of what we have until the end of the season. I'm really hoping for Benitez's full recovery, but I'll still say this team is good, and we are right in there for the battle to win the league. I really want automatic promotion, bro. I don't want to be dealing with the playoffs, and I'm really hoping new signing Baltasar Rodriguez can help us elevate our game, because we've got to keep winning. And there is our new signing, Baltasar Rodriguez, making his debut for S2G Club the Football. I'm kind of hoping what kind of a change this is going to bring in, of course, Marco Morales. Of course, it's really early days. Baltasar has not got that much time to spend with his Argentinian teammate, but already they're briefly linking up, and we're seeing Marco Morales get involved here. Okay, Girona are not an easy team, man. We're struggling to keep the ball, but good win that from Vergara. Maybe a shot from distance, he goes for it, but couldn't really keep it down and under. Imagine just how big of an achievement it will be if in our first season itself, we can win the league. I mean, that puts us firmly in La Liga. Zero doubts of whether we belong there or not. For that, though, we're going to need to win as Baltasar Rodriguez gets taken out there. Free kick, and it's Gabriel Silva stepping up. He's the best free kick taker we have right now. The problem is that nobody's got the shot accuracy to get these free kicks down and under, which is really annoying, because what is that for a free kick? No power whatsoever. Baltasar Rodriguez, good ball that for Gabriel Silva, who's going to put it back in for, of course, Gutierrez, who struggled to control it, but finally does so, and that's what he does best. 9th goal for him in the Segunda Division. We'll take that. But you know what? Baltasar Rodriguez, I feel like he's adding quite a bit of quality into our midfield. If I'm not wrong, I think he also played for Inter Miami briefly with Leo Messi. By the way, good challenge that from Luis Araujo. I'm telling you, man, defensively, he's improving. Uh-oh, we have been opened up a bit as I go sliding in. It doesn't work, and off the post, and the rebound was missed. The Girona manager can't believe it. Yes, Baltasar Rodriguez, if he can look for the ball, it's decent for Gabriel Silva, who's going to cut this one for Gutierrez. There's his second, and that should be an important win for our title charge. By the way, post-match though, a lot of criticism for Marco Morales because he isn't really doing much, even with an Argentinian now in the squad. I guess the thing is, it's going to take him time to adjust. He still needs to make that relationship with Baltasar Rodriguez. And you know what? With Baltasar being a little bit more experienced, he understands this situation. Often now before training, he's drinking mate with Marco Morales just to get him that Argentinian feeling. But that's got to now show on the pitch because people are asking questions. Why did we pay all that big amount to bring in Marco Morales when he's now looking nothing like Leo Messi? I mean, he scored in that first game, had a few assists, but since then, he's not even able to beat players. But okay, results at least are going in our favor. We're now top of the league, 56 points, but it's super tight, man. By the way, guys, S2G Club the Football now has its first ever Ultra, and it's only this one unk. That's it. He travels to all away games. That's awesome. But wait, he's been screaming, sack the manager.
I'm a nonce.
I'm a nonce. That's how you say?
Yeah.
I'm a nonce.
Bro, Pepe Gordon is literally putting in a generational season. What a reactionary take. We probably got knocked out of the Copa del Rey and this is how he responds. By the way, guys, Marco Morales, he's still looking depressed, man. Look at that photo he's got in his locker room with his buddies from back in Argentina. But you see that Mate there? I'm kind of hoping that Baltasar Rodriguez can just get things together with him. Otherwise, offers are coming in from Boca Juniors and River Plate to send him out on loan, which would be my last option, man, because if he's not adjusting to life here, there's no point pushing him through. Okay, we gotta still believe in him, man. I'm feeling things will come good. It's a confidence thing. I'm sure he starts scoring one. Plenty more will follow. Uh-oh, we have been opened up here. Real Zaragoza threw on goal and Prado couldn't stop that. With how tight the Segunda division is, we drop points. We could easily drop down to second or even third. Remember, if we finish third, we're gonna have to go through a grueling playoff, which I don't really want to do. We need to secure automatic promotion at the very least, but right now, the way we're defending, I'm not sure if we can win the league. Okay, here we go. Baltasar Rodriguez sees the space to link up with Marco Morales, and here's the Argentinian cutting inside. Straight at the keeper, though. At least he's now showing signs of confidence. Oh, Morales has made the run. He's finally through. This is his moment. Marco Morales cutting inside, surely, and yes, he finally gets his goal. Marco Morales, is that a celebration? Referencing his mates from back in Argentina, it really might be, but it was so good to see him smiling once again. 1-1, and now it feels like everything is different. Now he's making an initiative. Marco Morales trying to get it onto his left foot. Oh, come on, he should have scored that. But the change in confidence now for Marco Morales is absolutely unreal. He almost made it 2-1. When things are going so well, we've got to just keep pushing, waiting for that one moment. It will come, I believe it. Oh, we've left him completely open. No, he's onside. Are you joking, man? I was getting so excited with how Marco Morales was playing. Defensively, we just switched off. Full time and we take the L, and I'm wondering what kind of implications is this going to have in the title race. By the way, post-game, I'm seeing rumors online of Pepe Gordon being linked to clubs like Real Betis as well as Sevilla. Although Pepe in a press conference was quick to shut down all these rumors. Although we've only signed a 1-year contract with him, we might need to sit down with him and have a conversation about renewal, because of course, with the way he's managed this team, I do want to renew his contract. Now we're playing A-Bar next, and the good news is Esteban Benitez is back from his injury. I think we need to straight away put him in. As good as Baltasar Rodriguez is, there's something about Benitez. He can just control the game, and we're gonna need that against A-Bar, who are third in the league. Especially if we want to be in the race for top 2 or even winning the league. This is a game I think we've got to win, and I need some of my senior players to step up here. Well, Benitez is not a senior player, but always it seems to be him that steps up as he's finding space, going for goal, testing the keeper within the first 5 minutes. It's a good sign. Oh, Benitez, bro, he's winning every challenge as well. What a performance so far it's been as he slides in for Gabriel Silva. There's the goal against A-Bar. The impact of Benitez, bro, back from the injury, and he's unstoppable. Oh, and by the way, Gabriel Silva, what numbers, man. 16 goals from him. Uh-oh, A-Bar are looking really strong. Oh, Marquez, what a challenge that. Captain coming up clutch. Oh, and when Gabriel Silva runs, bro, who can stop him? Look at the pace he's got. Here goes Gabriel Silva. There's nobody on this planet that can keep up with his pace. He's going to cut it back for Gutierrez. And Gutierrez, yeah, when you ask him to dribble, it's just, it ain't working. Let's just put it that way. Marco Morales attacking, and he looks super direct here as he slides this one for Gabriel Silva. I think he was off. At least the idea was good. One more goal against A-Bar, and we've got this result in the bag. Oh, and Benitez has been gifted the ball. He was going to probably wait for the run of Gabriel Silva. And now I see Gutierrez in the box. There's the goal. Yes, we had a bit of a blip in that last game, but this win against A-Bar means that we're right in that title race. All right, guys, we're now in May. Just a month of football left in the Segunda division. By the end of this month, actually, we will know whether we're getting promoted to La Liga and also whether we've won the league. Imagine the sponsors it can bring winning the league. We could really end up elevating this club to newer heights. So for that, we need to get it done. And the advantage is in our favor. We're 3 points clear of Real Oviedo after 37 games. We've got tricky fixtures coming up, especially this one against Mallorca. They're 4th in the league. If we beat them, I think it'll start getting really tough for Real Oviedo to catch up. Also, don't forget, guys, winning the league, securing automatic promotion, that's going to give us a bonus of 10 million for the season ahead. Can you imagine the money we'll be working with in La Liga? For that, we need to keep winning. And here's Cordoba trying to help us pull that off as he looks here for Marco Morales, who's attacking. Can he beat his man? Oh, he can. Still Marco goes for goal. That is, I think, the best goal this kid has scored. The way he beat the defender there. Everybody's celebrating with him because they know what he's been through. It's not easy as a 17-year-old moving countries. And I think we got to give a lot of credit to Baltasar Rodriguez, who's been such a good teammate for Marco Morales, who's now cutting inside, going for another one, and he gets it. A brace from Marco. Bro, imagine he scores another one. A hat-trick. We got to try and chase that. Baltasar Rodriguez, if he can slide it through for Marco Morales, he's on a hat-trick again on that left foot. He makes it look so easy. Okay, he's doing a backflip there, but who cares? That's how he wants to celebrate a hat-trick. Heading now into the final game of the season. We've secured automatic promotion. That itself is such a big deal. But we could now win the title in our first season as a Segunda club. I can already imagine the sponsors' money coming in. We got to win our final game though. Real Oviedo are only a point behind us. That's the team Pepe Gordon is fielding, man. Look at all the growth we've had throughout this season. Gabriel Silva up to 78. Gutierrez 77. Solid growth from Benitez. Araujo as well is getting better and better in that right back role. Marco Morales now up to 65. It is now time to head to La Liga as champions. That is my dream. Now, I don't think our opposition are that good, and we've been in good form beating solid teams, so I am feeling confident, but you never know with the nerves. This is the first time our team is in a situation like this where they could be champions. And already we're seeing players fall, which is not nice to see, but he's up. Cordoba, he makes the interception. When you fall, you've got to get right back up. We're struggling to keep possession, though, in these early moments, which is looking like a worrying sign. Oh, but good challenge that from Pinto. We need to see our players play confidently, and I know we'll come through. And who else is more confident than Benitez? Probably the best player we've got in this team. And what happened there? And Gutierrez with the stinkiest of tap-ins. A big blunder from our opposition. It's always Gutierrez, though, who's now on 19 goals. Man, in the second half of the season, he's been scoring for fun. I feel like now there's no nerves, man. As things stand now, we are champions of the Segunda Division. And I do feel like the nerves have kind of calmed down. We should be able to play our game now. Saying that, we have not touched the ball since we scored, which is a bit worrying. And here goes Leonessa with the chance. Colado shooting. And I knew it, man. It's not going to be so easy to win the league. 1-1. By the way, as things stand, we're going to depend on Real Oviedo's result, which is not a position we want to be in. There's still enough time to get the goal, but I feel like we've thrown it away. And how have we been opened up like that? No! We're 2-1 down. It's a horror show. I know we've secured promotion, but getting the win, that is what I want. Okay, straight from kickoff, we've got Pinto on the charge. Gutierrez, heavy touch. Okay, this is nice. Benitez sliding this one for Gabriel Silva. Is he going to pass and go for goal himself? Of course he's going for goal himself. It's all square. It's half-time now. Everything to play for. Let's clutch it up in the second half. And this is where Pepe Gordon gets his money. He's bringing on Exposito, Chirino to come in that right-back spot, and even Jara for Vergara. Second half, and it really feels like the nerves are kicking in for our players. I thought they'd be calm, but nope. Chirino there's got World Cup experience, so he does really well there. Now here we go with Jara. Heavy touch, but he's managed to get it through. We need to make the most of this counter-attack. Gabriel Silva, there's the finish again. We're in the lead. The Brazilian might be leading us to glory. And I think it was a really stellar decision to bring on Exposito because he's been able to control this game. And now Gabriel Silva again. Can he score? Of course he can. It's a hat-trick from the Brazilian. And I think that's going to seal the deal. And oh man, I can't believe it. It's done. Champions of Spain. Yes, the Segunda Division. Captain Marquez lifting that trophy. That one ultra fan we have. He must be so happy right now. But let's go, boys. This does feel like it's the start of something special. We're going to be in La Liga next season. We're going to have more money. And I can't believe we're going to be competing against the likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid soon. And guess what, boys? For me, the work doesn't stop here. Next day, it's time to head into the office, start planning for next season. But wait a minute. I've just entered the club's offices, and there's nobody here. Dead silence. All the staff is gone. There's only a note left here by Pepe Gordon. Sorry, Sid, I couldn't notify you about this before, but I've signed a deal with Real Betis. At this stage of my career, I want to manage a bigger club. Oh, and also, a few of the boys who I trust, they want to move with me, so we will be activating their release clauses as well. Oh my days, not even 1 day, to celebrate the title, and this bombshell has been dropped on us. Our gaffer's going to be gone for next season, and we don't know which players he's going to be taking with him. It could be 3 players, 4 players, 5 players, we don't know. I guess this was bound to happen because we're champions of the Segunda Division. Of course, La Liga clubs are going to look at our players and think, yup, that's an opportunity. But I really didn't account for this, man. Looks like being in La Liga, it's going to be a lot more difficult than I expected. So much to do, so much to figure out. Looks like as the club owner, I'm going to constantly be on the phone. Now, while you wait for next season's drama, you can catch up on the S2GFC England edition by clicking here.